I don't know how you're bigger on CJ Stroud than Brock Purdy.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
I love that.
That's our first bet of the season.
100%. I'll go to the great. Oh my God! Shut up!
Why?
Shut up.
Why not? Why not?
Why?
It can't be numbers.
No. Last year, CJ Stroud literally took Neil Collins, who was nothing prior to him, and tanked Dale 5'6", 160 pounds into stardom. Purdy got good because he has Deebo Samuel, Shanahan, CMC, all these fucking playmakers around him. They're not even in the same realm of quarterback. I am not ever going to put Purdy in the same realm as CJ Stroud. They're not a chance.
Purdy is playing better than all of those other Niner.
Obviously, he has
all those other Niner quarterbacks that were in the system.
He had 31 touchdowns, 11 picks. That's not some fucking crazy number. That's a regular quarterback.
Those are CJ Stroud numbers.
I want to
CJ
put a
Stroud
bet.
had less. He had 23 touchdowns.
He was less.
He missed two. Whatever. Then
He's been to the NFC
this needs to be a bet.
twice.
This needs to be a bet.
Super Bowl once.
This needs to be the bet. This is such an easy bet.
What's the bet?
What's the bet? I'm ready.
Better. I don't know. We'll just have a panel of judges. Better overall stats at the end.
Too broad.
Yeah.
Fine. Too broad because then I don't want this to be on narratives because that's exactly where you went to. Like you couldn't go to numbers, so you went, well, he made Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs and whatever.
You've got CJ Stroud as in the top 5 MVP conversation. Brock Purdy will get more MVP votes than CJ
There
Stroud.
it is.
Ooh.
There it is.
Okay, tell you this. You put Purdy on the Texans, you put Stroud on the 49ers. Or do you have any doubt the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl? I have zero doubt.
I have doubt.
No, I'm just not ever going to put Purdy in the same classes.
Are we going to make this better or what?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what you guys.
I don't know if I like that bet
You
because
guys don't do stats. You guys don't want to do narratives. So
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
MVP
Let's
is
do
another
stats.
narrative.
Let's
vote.
do.
It's a narrative vote. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't like that. You don't want to do stats because if you did stats, it's not even close. It's not even a thing.
Fuck it. Let's do stats. I have
what do
full
you do?
confidence. Stats.
Touchdowns.
Touchdowns and yards.
Touchdown yards. Stroud versus Purdy. I'm so confident. This is ridiculously. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
You would have lost last year.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so your Angel is betting that Brock Purdy will have more touchdowns and yards.
No, flip.
Yards and touchdowns.
We'll
have more.
That's
Oh,
Stroud.
sorry. Stroud will have more yards and touchdowns than Brock Purdy.
Yep.
No way.
100%.
Okay.
Okay, let's get back
it's
to
going on the board.
this is a good game.
I don't even care. I think it's a great argument. What pisses me off is you're like, not a chance.
No.
He's not even in the same realm. The guy's been to the Super Bowl twice.
Once.
2 NFC championships.
2 NFC championship games in the first 3 years of his career.
Okay.
CJ Stroud would be lucky to do that in his first 3 years.
I can't wait to see
I'll
the
even say this. CJ Stroud will not do that in his first 3 years. Yeah, I mean, he already has it. But he will not go, in the next 2 years, he won't go do a AFC championship game or Super Bowl. Not a chance.
Yeah, we'll see. Only time will tell.
Yeah, time, certainly.
Time will fucking tell.
Thank you for bringing that up, Terrell. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean Brock Purdy he's the last pick in the draft. Like CJ Stroud's the second pick in the draft.
That's
and
true.
He's putting up better numbers. He's been to the NFC Championship game twice. You can make the argument he could have made back-to-back Super Bowls if he doesn't get hurt. I mean,
wait.
Franchise, are you taking CJ Stroud or Brock Purdy?
Stroud has had 1 year. Purdy has had 4 years. You can't put
Purdy's had
2 years.
2 years.
Okay. Well, Purdy. Fine. He's had more chances. Has had 1 year. He had 2. Obviously, he's been in.
I mean, his first year he only played.
He wasn't even a starter.
8
He wasn't even a
games.
starter his first year.
I'll die on this hill. I'm telling you, this bet's gonna be easy.
Who had a more impressive first year?
Stroud.
Why? Because he beat the Browns.
Because he did more with less.
Brock Purdy played fewer games than CJ
Jimmy
Stroud
G
in his
had
first
good
year.
numbers when he was playing, and we think he's a trash quarterback now because it's not even. I don't
I
even.
just want to say this right now. I'm totally with Angel.
It's not even the same realm. Stroud had
Totally with Angel.
You would not have even put this in. This wouldn't even be a conversation last year. Be for week 1 because Stroud. Well, he has no one there, and now it's a legit conversation apparently because for whatever reason that's like, Stroud's only been in here 1 year, so it's not. He hasn't had the same.
I don't know what point you're making right now.
It's just he's had. Okay.
Is
If this
that-
was like a year ago, this conversation wouldn't even happen. But because
CJ
Stroud
wouldn't have played yet.
Because Stroud, exactly.
Stephon Diggs versus Deebo Samuel. Who's the better receiver?
I'm not doing that. I'm doing Stroud versus.
I mean, you were talking about the
Who has
weapons.
better weapons?
Who's the better weapons? He has Stephon Diggs.
Overall, Christian McCaffrey, whatever team he's on. So Niners. CMC was my MVP pick last year.
Brock Purdy in his first year, just want to throw this out here. Regular season, he played 6 games. He threw 13 touchdowns and 3 picks.
So extrapolate that out to, 18 games? and I bet you it's better than 23.
But don't do Stroud's first 13 games then. If you're trying
how many games did Stroud play? He missed 2 games his rookie year?
But he played his first 13 games. And I think he missed 15 week 6.
No, I didn't. This wasn't 13 games. This was 6 games.
6 games.
13
6
touchdowns.
Yeah, Stroud here played more games.
Then put 6 games up.
6 versus what? 16 in games played that first year by both of them, and they weren't the same games because some of the games that Purdy was playing is.
So if you extrapolate that over a 17-game season, that is 37 touchdowns.
Oh wow! So we're just playing making made up numbers.
This is a direct comparison.
His first
6
I'm
games.
saying you don't want to have this conversation with numbers. You don't.
Okay, we'll see.
Keep it with the narrative.
We'll see at the end of the year with stats and narratives, whatever the hell you guys want to say. Who was a better year? And I'm telling you,
Gabe,
yeah.
what are we talking about?
What's up? What's going on?
No, I totally agree with Angel. There's nothing wrong. I had this take Russell Wilson a few years back when everyone was complaining about Russell Wilson hasn't had a single MVP vote. And I used to always say because he's feeding off the back of Legion of Boom, he's very good at what he does. But essentially, what the guy that's in our NFL today is Purdy. Purdy feeds off having a great offense, having a great coach. I think his numbers, Angel, you might lose his bet because if it's a numbers game, he might have better numbers. I don't think that means Purdy's better overall. And we're talking about starting a franchise right now. If you still got to nail the head coach down, you got to nail the OC down, the play calling, you got to nail all that down. Who's a better guy to start with? It's Stroud by a long shot. I think Purdy feeds off what's around him, and there's nothing wrong with that. Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl. He went to 2. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm just saying, pure talent, you could see it in 1 year with Stroud than what you see with Purdy.
Are we willing to say at this point, now that we've seen, because it's really just Nico Collins now, that CJ Stroud completely made Nico Collins? I think he's just a good receiver and has had terrible quarterbacks before. And now, like, he's with a good quarterback, and it's more mutually beneficial than I think something that's presented. Like, oh, he took Nico Collins, some D3.
Yeah, he wasn't a bum.
Like he's obviously a very, very good football player. I mean, is that fair?
I mean, he's only been in the league for 1 year. I don't think we can say he's made somebody into somebody.
He made the Texans' offense, everyone, better than what they should have been if
Who?
they had Stroud.
Who would he make better?
Because we saw the same player. We saw Neil Collins with Davis Mills. It wasn't the same guy. CJ Stroud came, and all of a sudden he's 1,400 yards.
Okay, so he's better than Davis Mills. Is that really the point you want to make?
But you guys are doing all these different arguments. You're saying stats and then not stats, and you're saying narrative and not narrative.
No, we took stats as far as we could.
I brought the
you
stats
didn't want the
out.
stats.
No, not okay. 6 games, and you say, well, if you
Okay,
put 16 games,
let's not extrapolate. 16 games, he threw for 31 touchdowns. That's compared to CJ Stroud. Brock Purdy's first 16 games, 31 touchdowns and 7 picks. 16 games. I'm not extrapolating anything.
More
That is
touchdowns,
16
less
games.
picks.
okay, you guys.
I don't even care that the answer might be CJ Stroud. I just don't know why it's not. It's like
That's
it's
the
such
big
an
thing. Like,
offensive.
yeah. That
thing
it's like
to
there's
say
no
that.
way.
Like it is
Because
they're in the same category right now.
I'll say exactly what I said. Like 3 shows ago, Jimmy G put up great numbers with the same offenses. It doesn't impress me that Purdy has great numbers because obviously, look at all the playmakers. Look at the proven head coach who's a good play call. Like obviously, you have CMC. Obviously, your fucking numbers can be incredible. Or not 31 touch. That's not amazing. That's good.
Better.
But like obviously, like
You were talking about Collins being like not your average guy. He was just that's why he is. Well, when Purdy stepped into the league, CMC was established. George Kittle was established. Debo was established. Ayuk is probably the only guy that you could actually say, did Purdy help him out in his career? But I probably wouldn't make that argument. I just think, what Angel, like the stats thing, you may have that a little bit off, but pure talent, I don't think it's close.
only time will
I don't
tell.
think it's close. And
I really am looking forward to
And
this
I
guy.
think his talent, along with the coaching staff there, he is going to surpass him at some point.
If there's any year to make this bet, it's this year.
It's this year.
It's
Yeah,
this year.
because they both. This is their year to
I love this.
whoever.
I love it too. I think, God, I just hate that you don't think it's close. Like that's really all I care about.
I don't think it's close.
It's a lot closer than you think. Brock
It
Purdy,
has
he's
to
nice. He's nice. He's better. He's significantly better than Garoppolo, than Trey Lance. He's light years ahead of those guys. That's why you go with him. That's why
The
you stay
problem,
with him.
like I think,
Does the team around him mean anything, though? Because you keep saying he's significantly better.
well, let me turn that around
He's
then.
not-
Does Brock Purdy have any chance to impress you then? Like, is the only way he's going to impress you if he joins a crap team and then does it again?
I think
Because then why does CJ Stroud get to play good players and we're good on that?
Well, last
No,
year.
I'm not making that argument. I'm just simply saying, look, you keep saying he's significantly better. I'm just gonna go to this point, and then I'm gonna go to yours right now. But like, like the team around, does that not mean like
Jimmy
anything
G had
to
the
you at all?
same players minus Christian McCaffrey.
And we were having the same conversations about him.
He wasn't putting up 30 plus touchdowns.
But we were still having the same talks about him.
No.
I'm not.
I wasn't.
I'm not saying we have
no
to
one was
compare
ever
the two
comparing
together.
Jimmy G to young, great quarterbacks.
Jimmy G's market, once he left the Niners, a lot of teams were going after him, and we would have
That's
all
not the
agreed.
conversation.
Jimmy
No,
G's not getting MVP
But we
votes.
would have all would have said, yeah. I mean, I'm like that's definitely like rightfully so that he should.
I mean, the
I think
Niners
that's the way
themselves
the
walked away
quarterback
from
spot
Jimmy G.
with the Niners is. Unless you have like a guy that goes in there that has proven he can. And yeah, it's not fair to Brock because he's never been on like another team to prove that he's that guy. But I'm just saying, like Stroud, as far as the talent goes, I think Stroud could go in there. That's probably the better question.
Brock Purdy
If you
the
put Stroud with this Niners
he's
team,
the last
I
pick
think
in the draft. He's Mr. Irrelevant. CJ Stroud's the number 2 pick in the draft.
yeah, I'm not arguing the way
So
they're in the
clearly, like,
draft.
He's already exceeded expectations, and he's putting up better numbers.
So he is doing that.
Yes.
The 49ers identity and the whole team runs through Purdy.
Yes, he has great talent around him.
No,
but
you're wrong. You're wrong about that one. You're wrong about that one.
Why?
How?
The whole identity of the Niners does not run through Brock. You're crazy if that's what you think.
Then why did they get rid of Garoppolo?
It doesn't run through CMC. It ran through Debo the year before when Debo had that amazing year. I don't think Brock. If Brock goes down, yes, that's bad. If CMC goes down, that's a nightmare.
We're acting like Brock Purdy is throwing like 20 touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
I'm not saying Brock Purdy's bad because we're just comparing the two here. Brock Purdy's fine. Game manager, there's nothing wrong with that. You can win a Super Bowl like that. But if we're talking talent and who can do better, I mean, if we switch these two guys, it's not close. Angel's right.
What does
It's
that
not
mean?
close at
Though?
all.
Like, wait, what's not close?
How is
The
it not
numbers?
close?
I think the numbers. I think the overall.
Why?
How are the numbers not close?
His
The
numbers
are
are better. I think it's because Brock Purdy's white.
Wait, how
have a
are
soundbite
the
for that.
numbers not close? We just brought out the numbers.
No, I'm saying if Stroud was a Niner.
That's
kinda
so
what I'm
hype.
saying.
You can't make that hypothetical.
you guys just made the-
You guys just did the same thing.
I brought up numbers.
You guys just extrapolated. Well,
And
if he
then-
played the full season, he
and then
Thank
I
you.
didn't.
He did. He played-
And then I didn't. And he has more touchdowns. What?
Unbelievable.
What's unbelievable? I didn't extrapolate
Because I
that.
just said if Stroud was a Niner, then you guys jumped all over me for saying that. I'm saying if Stroud was a Niner, his numbers would be far better
So
than
then
Brock
when
Purdy.
Angel
And
jumped
that-
on me
and-
for extrapolating, what did I do? I pulled up the
Okay,
first 16 games.
real quick. Where do you guys, is Brock Purdy better than Josh Allen? You guys just tell me that, because I need to know where you guys have
Yeah,
it.
Not
where
at
is
all.
Brock Purdy on
Is
that
CJ
one?
Stroud better than
No,
Josh Allen?
I'm asking you. You guys think he's, where is
No,
he
I
better?
think neither of them are better than Josh Allen.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
I'm
That's
gonna,
not what we're
I'm just going
saying.
to go through quarterbacks, because I don't know.
The top 5
No, because we're not
quarterbacks-
talking about
And
them
we're not
versus
even
other quarterbacks.
saying
Purdy's
he's
number
better
5.
than
We're
talking
Stroud.
about
We're
those
saying
two.
Brock Purdy's number 5.
No,
He's the fifth
I'm
best
not.
quarterback.
This is not a side of this argument. I'm just asking.
number
Where do
5.
you? I'm just asking. Where do you?
It's Mahomes.
Okay.
It's Lamar. It's Josh Allen. It's Burrow. It's Purdy. Those are the top 5 quarterbacks.
I've got Purdy number 10.
I think we
Number
should keep
10.
it Purdy and Stroud because this is a much bigger conversation.
Yeah.
We're not talking about him versus the rest of the league. We're talking about these two quarterbacks and their two careers so far.
And we're not even making the argument that Purdy's better than Stroud. You're saying he's not even in the same league.
Purdy is
You're
better.
saying
Goff's-
well Terrell is.
I'll take Goff over Purdy. They had easy. That's not easily. I'll take Goff over Purdy.
Why? Because of numbers? Because then you got to take Goff over Stroud as well.
Yeah, I'm not impressed by Purdy because it's just like you have everyone around. You have the perfect situation to be a good quarterback.
People
perfect
say
situation.
Jimmy G did that.
But Jimmy G
was there
did
for
not
6
do
years,
that.
never threw for more than 30 touchdowns, and only twice in 6 years threw for over 20.
By the same-
And 4 of those years threw for less than 10.
But the same accomplishments that you guys mentioned. Well, he went to 2 NFC champ. So did Jimmy G. This is not some new
But
thing.
in a different way. Do you see the stats I just read you?
They
only
both-
twice over 20, 4 times threw them less
and they
than 10
both
touchdowns.
and they both haven't won anything. So it's
So what is it about? The numbers that haven't won anything? Because CJ Stroud hasn't won
it's
anything.
the
Purdy's won
same.
an
It's
NFC
the same.
championship.
They're the same. Honestly, you guys are gonna hate this. Jimmy G's best year is like, oh, that's just Purdy. They're the same guy. They're just the same guy. They operate this offense very well because that's it. They're just drafted for that reason.
I don't know. I get what you're saying. I don't know how you can say that up one side of your mouth and just say, well, CJ Stroud is not doing that. It's all about CJ Stroud. He has a great offensive coordinator as well. He has great weapons as well. So what, like, you can't, like, hold Purdy to one set of standards. He has great weapons, and he has this great offense that makes him so good. But that's not the case with CJ Stroud. Even though everyone wants to hire the freaking offensive coordinator in Houston, and he has weapons all around him.
You know, because I feel like this is honest truth. Stroud had to create and make the entire Texans offense into what they are now. Purdy walked into a great situation. Stroud had to create that great situation. That's why they're different. Stroud had to literally take the team that was picking second overall and make them in the same into a playoff team. Purdy had to step into a team that already was doing that, and that's why I think it's different. It's just different league of quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I don't know. I don't know what else to. The numbers don't say that.
But I'm looking forward to this bet.
I guess he made Nico Collins. I don't know who else he made. Tank Dell was very good. But yeah, we'll see.